Conspiracy theory since Sunday.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the Pentaplegic podcast number 3. Today we're sponsored by Toasted Cinnamon Crisps. Cinnamon. No, don't read it yet. Fuck you.
Yeah. We'll say it later.
Toasted Cinnamon Crisps. Kill yourself.
Great ad.
Future Lamp just put a lot over that whole thing.
They're probably gonna lose their sponsorship.
Toasted Cinnamon Crisps. That's totally real.
You know what? No, that's their new ad campaign.
It applies to every teenager in the 21st century.
Okay, well,
Anyway,
we're off to a great start.
Yeah, we've already lost our sponsor.
yeah.
Today we're joined by two new people.
One of their names rhymes with cunt. It's Ken.
That's not really a rhyme, but okay.
My phone actually auto-corrected your name to that earlier.
It's autocorrected Ken to cunt at least.
I'm so sorry.
Why do you fix that?
I was texting you, that's why.
That would have been better. Okay, so we're joined by two new people. We got that one.
Hi,
Introduce yourself.
that's Rebecca.
Don't call her Hun.
We'll call her Hun. Kiss my ass.
Oh,
They'll know.
oh.
I call my significant other Hun.
Yeah, she's
Is that
my
weird?
I
girlfriend.
call a lot of people Hun, like all girls.
And we're also joined by good boy Kent.
Only friend girls.
Boy.
Welcome to.
Kent's the best person on this podcast. No one understands
Also-
why he's even here.
Yeah.
Ouch.
No, you leave. Get out of here. Save yourself.
Kent,
Get out. What
I
are you doing?
apologize for what I did to your hand earlier.
You should.
Wait, which one are you apologizing for exactly?
Did I hit both of them?
Yes.
Yes?
Oh shit.
Did you not notice that you
I
fucked up
only
both
hit
his
the one
hands?
hard.
Content.
But you hit the
They were
one-
sword fighting.
Hold that thought. We're gonna introduce ourselves, then you're gonna explain this because I haven't heard about
Context.
this.
They were sword fighting.
Yeah, you weren't there.
They were sword fighting.
Alright, everybody's ats gets put on the screen. I'm Liam. I'm Derryk.
I'm Derryk. You're
I'm
Liam.
I'm living life with Derryk.
Here is
Meme Queen.
Meme Queen.
Mason.
Rebecca.
Dad.
I'm Brett. I'm
Brett.
the moron.
And Kent.
Good
One
boy,
free
Ken.
part of the moron.
Before we go into the podcast any further, sadly, today's Derryk's last day.
Derryk dies
With
at
us.
midnight tonight.
Yeah, we're hanging up by his ankles and slitting his throat over a bowl.
Whoa, okay.
Future Liam put sad music in.
Also, put some small Waz in the background.
In place of the crying laugh track, just a bunch of Waluigi's.
A couple artists. Too.
Put in future Liam. Put in the future like sad violin, but replace every like note of the violin with a wah.
There's probably a
Good luck
meme
with
for
that.
There's probably already
Just
a
a bit-
meme.
Probably
for
not going to.
This podcast is
hope so.
uploaded like 3 years later. We're on like episode like 3 because we never make it 4. So
I can't afford an editor. Okay.
But anyway.
I just got
Alright,
lazy.
so I'm harming Kent's hands.
So, Derryk, you should remember, I used to have 2 dueling lightsabers in the back of my car.
You still do.
They're
You
still do.
dildoing
Back of my car, though.
dildoing lightsabers.
They're no longer in the back of my car. They were in my room.
Rebecca's
Well,
face.
I asked Kent
You weren't here earlier.
he would, if he liked Star Wars. And he said yes. So I went in my room and grabbed him, gave him one. We proceeded to beat the shit out of each other.
They proceeded to sword
Actually,
fight.
allow me to rephrase that. I proceeded to beat the shit out of Kent.
I got a few hits.
You got a hit.
I got 2.
It
Kent,
was like 4. Kent got like 4.
Yeah,
didn't it?
Okay.
honestly, I was gonna say I expected more, but I really didn't.
And what happened, the reason I'm apologizing for his hand is because he had his right hand, and I was at my left at this point. He fucked my arm. So
Yeah.
I just swung as hard as I could.
And just like
And he went to block, but he went too high.
which
So I smacked against his hand.
Very unfortunate indeed.
I was expecting more from that story. Anyway,
Yeah. There wasn't a lot to it.
Oh, what? That's the full can of drink.
Grape drink.
No, this is root drink.
Root drink.
That's the next sponsor.
Root drink!
okay, just point of notice. Root beer is not a trademarked term.
Oh, it's not?
No,
If root beer is not itself.
root beer is the flavor.
Oh.
Yes.
I'm still gonna call it root drink.
Made from the roots of all your favorite vegetables.
That's a joke. Come to my workplace. I'll make you a root smoothie.
A root smoothie!
Oh
It's a fucking
god.
Okay,
joke.
actually-
We took one of it off. One of our roots.
I have a story. Okay, so
Okay. I'm mad at you.
Still? I apologized. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Okay.
We apologize.
We did very bad things to Mason earlier.
I did very bad things.
I just licked her face.
Okay, so...
Okay, I'm
No need
gonna
to
need
talk about
context again.
No, you don't.
No, you
really
this
don't.
time you actually don't because we could go to jail for explaining it.
Okay, moving on. Liam, you were saying.
Call 1, 2, 3.
I
help.
have full deniability on this.
Future Liam, delete that.
Future Liam, belay that order.
Future Liam, keep that I'm sorry on the internet, so he has to be sorry forever.
Future Liam, delete everything except I'm sorry.
The place just says I'm sorry and a couple lads.
Just randomly in the middle.
Future Liam, replace everything Liam says with I'm sorry. No, but okay, so you used to work at a gas bar, right?
Yes.
Okay, so
That's where you work at.
it's okay, yeah. So there's two different iterations in the city that we're in of this gas bar. There's one that's downtown and the one that's like near the exit of town. He used to work at the one near the exit of town, and I started working at the downtown one. But I got transferred to the one at exit of the town. On my third day, they have a car wash there. That's important to the story. On my third day, I was told to go clean the car wash. And the person instructing me was like a year younger than me. And they were telling me everything about the car wash, right? And I was like, yeah, no, this is great. I can't wait to start doing this. And then I remembered a story that Derryk once told.
Okay, so I used to work at this place. I got fired.
You didn't show up for how long straight?
I missed once without excuse, and I called in sick 3 days in a row. That's how I got fired.
You were planning on quitting soon anyway.
Yeah, I was like a week from handing in my notice.
Yeah, but there were previous instances of this, wasn't there?
No.
Tyler said they were.
Oh, God.
No, Tyler was working there for like a month before I got fired. Anyway, I had worked at this place for about a year and a half. And I'm fairly certain I hold the record for not cleaning this car wash because I went a year and 5 months without cleaning that car wash. I washed it the one time when I got my training, 2 more times after that, and then never again.
Best employee NA.
Oh yeah, definitely. Because there's this kind of dichotomy at that place where there's people who enjoyed working inside and people who enjoyed working outside. The people who enjoyed working outside hated cleaning the car wash. But they hated cleaning inside more. So most of the time I got away with being inside to clean the inside while they had to go clean the outside. But every once in a while there'd be a new guy and I'd be asked to go clean the car wash, and then I'd
Gotta
go
go haze the
outside,
guy.
immediately say, hey, go clean the car wash.
Delegation, bitch.
Delegation of power.
You just got haze the new guy, you know?
And it's not like cleaning the car wash is a bad job. It's just, it's really funny when you send in the new guy to clean the car wash and he comes out soaking wet because you forgot to mention that the car wash will sometimes turn on its own.
Forgot.
Air quotations, forgot.
So, he told us that Derryk told me this story almost 6 months ago, right? At D&D session. And when I was learned how to do the car wash, I'm almost 100% certain the person showing me how to do it was not going to tell me about that. So I was like, they were like, all right, so that's pretty much everything. I'm going to go back inside. I'm like, wait. A friend of mine said once that it just kind of turns on. What's that about?
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, he was like, fuck.
Damn it, you figured it out.
I am glad to know the tradition has carried on of fucking with the new guy.
He was like, oh, fuck. And then he's like, okay, so every once in a while, there's going to be a beep. And then immediately after he said that, there was a beep. And he's like that one. And then the car wash turned on. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, don't be standing beside that when it goes on. It
My story's
only
got better.
runs for like 1 second, but it's high pressured water that is almost boiling.
That sounds awful.
Okay, it
Seriously,
doesn't hurt,
Spina?
but you get soaked and it stings like a bitch for like 10 minutes.
That sucks.
It doesn't hurt.
From what I've been told, I've never been soaked. I've came damn close because the first time I did the car wash, they did the same thing to me. They didn't mention the beep. So I'm cleaning the car wash. I'm standing right beside the thing when it goes beep. I turn around and say, "What the fuck was that?" And it turns on like an inch from my back. Scared the shit out of me.
Like the worst part is it's like such a wide spread, so no matter how far away, you're gonna get a little wet.
Are we talking about dicks?
I guess.
You're
Speaking
getting
of
mixed
dicks,
signals here.
what's your story?
All right, so I'm sitting on Instagram, and I work for a particular company. Now, when you start employed there, I think a lot of people are like this. It's like, if you don't have a good social media presence, don't like tag us in your shit, right? They're like, if you don't want to just purely be like spouting good shit about us, don't tag us in your shit. So I'm scrolling through Instagram, and I followed them for some fucking reason. And I hate this company.
Wait. Your company has an Instagram
Yeah,
profile.
His blowjob company.
Oh, God.
And it says, if you could describe yourself in 3 words, what would they be? It said, we'd be Canadian, convenient, and delicious. Right? So I opened the comments, right? Now, this is where the plot thickens. Originally, somebody said, like, there's like, it's like blah, 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 gay shit, right? But one of them said dead, comma, in, comma, side. I just reopened it like 30 seconds ago and it was deleted. I saw my under. I don't want to get deleted now. That's my story.
If you would have posted that, they probably would have fired you.
They don't even know. I think. Oh fuck! Never mind. There's a
Wait,
picture
is
of me
it
with some ducks
anonymous?
at work.
Like, is the posting anonymous, or do you have to have an
No,
account?
you're on your account. It's
Oh,
on
okay.
Instagram. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like Facebook, but
Instagram.
But actually,
Oh,
like,
I don't
it's
use
the gay.
Instagram, so
Stop.
yeah.
So
It's
anyway,
like
on my
Facebook,
on my Instagram, there's like a picture of me, or I took a picture of some ducks at work because they walked out in the door and they're trying to get in because it was raining. I was like, fuck. And I was like, can't let you in.
Wait. There were ducks trying to get into your store?
Yeah.
That's awesome!
Right, but then there's like a little peek of the carpet that says has our logo on it. So I'm like, fuck, now they know. That's my Instagram. I can't even post on there and telling them I kill myself.
Damn it! Now I can't.
I can't put "want to die" on there.
Dear words, express how you feel about
Life
living.
is meaningless.
Life is. I want to die.
Fire me, please. See, I can't. I don't want to quit because I'm like my parents are gonna be like, oh, what the fuck? Why you quit your job? My friends are gonna be like, why'd you quit your job? And I'm like, I hate it there. But no, if they fire me, then it's not my fault.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, speaking of birds getting into stores, back at Walmart, we actually
Is that a
had
euphemism?
Is that a euphemism?
No, it isn't.
I have many questions about what you said.
Back when I worked at Walmart, we used to get like sparrows and just small birds in the store, and they'd fly around the back and throw out everything. And oh dear God,
We should probably get on the podcast.
they scared the crap
sometime.
out of everyone. And we also got bats. And then now what happened recently?
There's a big black bird flying through a
big black dick.
back room there. Calm down. Just a bird. Flew out and scared the shit out of me, but
Did they
yeah.
caught it yet? Or do you know?
I have no idea. It could be flapping around there still.
Shitting on everything.
Oh yeah.
Shit on everything you love, as well as everyone you love.
I think
Alright, story time's over.
Okay, I think one more story. It relates to the bird thing.
bird thing or the
I
dick
might
thing?
have told Brett this before, but I'm gonna tell about the time I walked into a Disney movie.
What's the dick
Okay,
thing?
so
It's a dick thing for
West
sure.
Edmonton Mall.
Okay.
For those of you who don't know about West Edmonton Mall, it was at one point the world's biggest mall. So big, in fact, that they have a literal recreation pirate ship.
Of the Santa Maria.
I love that.
They're
That's
planning
what
on
it's
building.
called?
They
Yeah.
have
Okay.
they have a hotel there, don't they? As well,
Yeah, they do.
they have 2 hotels actually.
Yeah, they
Anyway,
do. They have
anyway.
like 3.
Oh yeah, there's a third one that went up a few years ago.
Yeah.
There's 3 hotels there. It's a
Anyway.
big mall.
Yeah, it's a big mall. Anyway, so every once in a while they put on shows in and around this pirate ship, usually sea lion things or stuff like that. Well, I walked in to the area, and there were like people dressed as pirates walking around,
Okay.
and there were birds flying above.
Were they real birds?
They were real birds, which fucked with me for like half a second. And I got captured by pirates walking through a mall.
What? Are you serious?
I am dead serious.
You got captured. You got kidnapped by
I
pirates.
got air quotation kidnapped by pirates walking through West End.
Did they take you down to the poop deck?
No, they brought me onto the boat. They had
Whoa.
swords at my neck.
Oh!
Swords!
This is a dick thing.
Air
This is a
quotations.
dick-
Air
sword.
quotations.
Future Liam, every single time Derryk pauses, put a wah in.
Maybe.
Okay, so what else
And
happened?
put
Is that
pictures
it?
of dicks.
Did I put dicks in near your
Yes,
mouth?
yes. I'm just gonna end the story there.
All right. Well, no context.
Yeah.
You have a bunch of parts of
You guys
blowjob.
don't earn context now.
Alright.
I didn't say anything.
Alright, now on to
Yeah,
the
well-
podcast.
You were watching.
Alright, so welcome to the Pentaplegic podcast.
So story time with Derryk was fun.
Oh man.
My story wasn't.
Alrighty,
my
so
story
we should
wasn't
actually
fun.
like start getting on topic to our podcast here.
Was
That
it?
is the podcast. What do you mean?
Good point.
See you next week, guys.
It's alright, everybody. See you next
Bye.
week.
Or shut her at. My shitty 30
Number
second
one on
ad.
the list just says Todd Howard.
Okay, Mason.
So,
We have a
okay, so I have
bunch of
another.
juicy
I have a
topics.
different Todd Howard conspiracy. So
You guys
last
remember
one,
last
he keeps
week?
shrinking. How he keeps shrinking, and he doesn't really Skyrim. He'll just keep shrinking until he never he just disappears.
Right.
Here's a different theory. I think that last one was a hoax.
Okay.
You think?
That one, I
It's a
think-
possibility.
It's a hoax
This
that he
time,
made.
this time, I think Todd Howard is actually trapped in Skyrim. No. And the only way to get that is to perform a ritual. And the reason he keeps re-releasing Skyrim is because they have the different clues for us to follow,
Oh, okay.
right? And or
That
else he'll be
totally
stuck-
explains the bug jars.
Yeah, and if he stops releasing them, he'll be trapped in Skyrim forever. And then how will we ever have a Skyrim 2?
So wait. So, just let me elaborate. Let me get the finite details from this.
Yeah.
So, Todd Howard is only allowed out of Skyrim when he's announcing a new Skyrim release.
Yes, he's cursed.
Okay, I like this theory.
I mean, it's kind of fucked when you think about the fact that he denounced other Bethesda games.
Shut the fuck up!
Okay, Brett,
He's only allowed to come out when he's announcing Bethesda game.
because Skyrim is the only game Bethesda's ever released. Like,
Yeah, let's be real. I think
there's like 13 editions of Skyrim.
I feel
and all
like-
13 of them suck dick.
I feel like Bethesda has released Skyrim more times than they actually have games. That's my
You
theory.
might not be wrong.
So he's trapped in
There's-
Skyrim.
There's definitely more Skyrim releases than there are games in the Elder Scrolls franchise.
This is a fact.
It's only 5
This
editions.
is a fact.
No, there's like 7.
Oh, yes, yeah, that's side ones that don't
Yeah,
I
like
actually probably-
Daggerfall, the
spin-offs.
one that
Daggerfall-
took.
Daggerfall was canon.
Oh yeah,
That's
that's
two.
two. I'm thinking about the Hamlet and Hammerfell.
What?
Huh?
The one in Hammerfell, the one where
What? Are you high?
you guys don't know
Is this
about
World of
that.
Warcraft?
Is that Arena
I think
you're
that's-
talking about?
No, there's
I think
Arena,
World of
then
Warcraft.
Daggerfell, then the one where you are in Hammerfell.
So anyway, he's trapped in Skyrim.
I am talking about this, Mason.
I'm looking this up because you're lying.
So he's trapped in Skyrim.
There is an Elder Scrolls game.
And maybe after 47 releases, this is I've done the math. I crunched the numbers. After 47 releases, we have all the puzzle pieces, and it's just a picture of Todd Howard.
And then
Where are you saying?
And
we are?
then
he dies.
And then he dies.
Where are you
It's in
saying
like
we are?
it's like 2055. He's an old ass man. He's an old ass man,
No, what
and he
area
comes
are
out
you
and he
saying
dies.
in that space?
He's like
We are
Skyrim
in.
Ultra Special Turbo Edition
Ignore
2. Kills himself.
In this game that you don't believe exists, it takes place in time when Tiber Septim is conquering all of Tamriel, and he's moving his armies into
okay,
Hammerfell,
Kent.
the Redguard province.
Spongegar.
Are you talking about Elder Scrolls Online?
No!
Because you're a lying piece of shit, though.
No, I'm not! People, if you comment on this, please agree with me that there is an Elder Scrolls game that takes place in Hammerfell.
He will not give you money.
I will give you a crisp high five through the internet.
All right, list of
Usually I'm
all
put a
Elder
high
Scrolls
five.
games. So
Press
anything
that.
that has anything to do with it.
Okay.
We have Arena.
Wait,
We have Daggerfall.
pause here. You know, we're gonna get to the game that Derek's talking about. Brett's gonna make a fucking ass for me.
I am going to look like an ass.
Yeah.
I mean, you look like an ass
So,
already.
yeah, we have Arena, which is the
hand.
first game, Daggerfall, which is the second, Morrowind at 3, Oblivion.
Okay,
Skyrim.
restart. I wasn't paying attention.
Okay, so we have Skyrim 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 13.
So go from the beginning of the list.
Well, I'm an ass!
What is it called, bro?
Elder Scrolls Adventures Redguard.
That's racist as fuck, man.
Well,
I'm an ass!
It's a very bad game from what I've heard, but it still
It's about
existed.
Redguard.
I'm an ass! Yep.
Way to go, Brett.
Well,
I
I was
called
thinking. Well, okay, so we have.
When you think of Elder
1
Scrolls,
through
the only
4,
game in this series is actually Skyrim.
1 through 5.
I played Oblivion, and that
No.
wasn't very good.
Oblivion.
And then we
is,
have that. And then we have
it's like a
Legends.
prequel.
And then we have ESO. And then. Oh, dear God.
You're fucking retarded.
So we actually.
So this solidifies the fact that Brett's an idiot, right?
Yeah.
Not an idiot, just an ass.
Both. No, you're definitely an idiot. Like, you're
And
fucking-
Elder Scrolls Legend, which would be 8. What the fuck is Elder Scrolls Legend?
Oh, that's the card game, I think.
Dude, that's
Oh,
like
yeah.
it's like Titanfall Legend.
This is
That doesn't
sad.
exist. I lied to you.
Sad, isn't it? How did that happen?
Gameplay.
You haven't seen the ads for that?
What?
No, Elder Scrolls
Legends.
The
Oh.
one that it was telling me about was from 1997.
That's fine.
Hell yeah.
And that's
What the
when I came
fuck?
out.
Never heard of it.
That's when you came out.
That's when you were.
No, I was born. That's not true. It's a lie. This whole sentence is a lie. I'm Todd Howard.
Whoa!
That's why you got all the conspiracies.
Help me. I'm just a projection. Get me out of Skyrim. I hate this game.
So it's an Elder Scrolls
worst
game
Elder
with
Scrolls
0
game.
customization.
Okay.
Legends?
No, the one that you're talking about.
Oh, Redguard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you play a
there's
white
no
guy. You play a
customization.
white
Yeah,
guy.
that
You have
sounds
to kill
fun.
black guys.
It's the Elder Scrolls
No, red
Adventure
guys.
game.
It's
Red guys are black.
yeah. No, dude, it's fucking Indians. First Nations.
What?
Yeah.
No, the red guys are the black people.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought because I thought it was
You're
red.
No, holy fuck, you're the worst.
And then there's fucking
We,
Kent
future
over here playing
future-
Sudoku.
Nope.
Future Liam, put it just
Trying
a
to catch
giant
up on
loud that lasts
conversations.
like 10 minutes.
Wow, that was sexualized.
Yep.
Stop making out on camera unless you're gonna make out with me.
I mean, there's no camera, so we're not making out on camera, and we didn't make out.
Your eyes are the best
I
cameras
licked
I've
her
ever
face.
seen.
I want to put this in the podcast.
Ooh, well, that's not appropriate.
Video.
Stop touching my feet with your feet.
I hate you all.
I hate my life.
He's recording you, hon.
Oh.
Yeah.
She's doing a foot thing. She's doing a foot thing.
I'm not gonna actually put that in. Okay, so
Future Liam, don't put that in.
future Liam, do not put that in.
Puts it in.
Whatever
twice.
you do not. It's up my ass. Man.
Well,
He uses that water bottle as a dildo.
what?
At work.
Oh
In
shit.
front of people.
So which one?
The follow one.
Oh, okay. So
Okay.
you know it's a fucking. We know what we're
You know what's
talking
a good
about.
website?
No, this
Todd
is a good
Howard.
segue.
Yeah,
Todd
Howard.
Howard
He
fucking
made
makes-
Fallout.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Kent.
I don't know.
Segue.
Yeah, segue. Awful one. It's awful. I don't
That's
know.
our new shirt.
Okay.
Segway.
It has to be in like the Segway logo, you know what I mean?
I would
The
try.
Segway Master System.
I would just throw myself out the window.
Segway Genesis.
Okay, I'm sorry. I don't want to interrupt Kent because he's not talking right now. But
Ouch.
I have just this thought. What came first?
Which one?
Oh, the white
Segways
guy.
or Segway?
Segway.
Let me elaborate.
Segway for sure.
The
let
word
me
Segway.
elaborate. The two-wheel machine that you lean to drive,
Yeah.
or the term Segway.
It's
Probably the
ma-
term.
Yeah,
The term because the
Then why did they name their machine that?
Because you go from point A to point B.
Oh, that's like a bad pun.
That's actually really clever.
That's fucking awful.
That's almost as bad as the Amazon logo.
From A to Z. Yeah.
Zed.
That's
Future Liam, put the sound effect of somebody tying a noose.
put a noose on screen, future Liam.
No, just like put Rip Chester Bennington.
No.
Nobody cares about him.
Anyway,
All
Kent,
that whole part.
What?
you were not saying yet.
Okay. I don't know. Like it just was a discussion idea. It was like, how do you feel like the change of how the Fallout power armor works from like 3 and New Vegas to
Oh yeah,
Fallout 4?
3 and back. Because
Yeah,
3 and back
like-
there was no power cores.
That's true, because like it was just an equipable
Yeah,
item.
it was just equipment.
Yeah, rather than Fallout 4 where it's like
It's like
sword.
an actual suit.
Yeah.
Where you need to where you get it like 10 seconds in the game and it trivializes the whole game.
Yeah.
It made it actually incredibly boring if you play with power armor. If you play with power armor in that game, you're retarded.
Yeah, that's one critique of the game that I.
You're like,
I mean,
you're like,
like-
a kid.
that I have.
If your character wants to be lore friendly and you're not using power armor when you're playing the Brotherhood, then you're an idiot. But
If you just use power armor in that game, you're probably bad.
Yeah, well,
I can't even beat the first death claw.
Yeah. Flaw in game design is giving you the power armor within like 10 minutes.
That I
You
will
get it within,
admit,
like,
that's a
6
fucking
minutes if
flaw.
you're
yeah, it
playing
should
at a
like
regular speed.
a lot of the other pieces are hard to find. Like you can get the even without the Far Harbor DLC, you can still get the X01 power armor.
Pretty easy. Like there's a spot that it will always spawn guaranteed.
Yeah, it's like in the
Spoiler warning.
glowing
It's
sea.
gameplay.
1, 2, 3, help.
There's another spot that in
Oh.
the city.
Oh, there it
There's
is.
an unmarked
Helps Island.
area.
Yeah.
Helps out.
Getting the armor's a bitch though, because it's protected by a sentry bot and a assault bot at the same time. Like
Really?
the moment you walk up to the glass container that's behind,
Yeah.
both of them pop out of the wall.
I always just have high enough int that I can just get the
for reference
perk where you
here,
can just
Brett's bad
turn
at
off
video
the
games.
hack
He's
robots.
Brett's
Yeah,
not-
so I just
Brett can't even,
immediately
like,
just
I go balance
sprint
off
up to
him
them while they're
on-
still
on
activating,
Borderlands 2.
and then just like
The
deactivate
thing
them.
is they're behind a slot,
think he's
so
ever
they
actually beat
activate,
Ultimate
and then it
Wolf
opens
or
out and they're running at you.
All right, that
Yeah.
was.
It's a bit harder.
I would just try and.
There was a glitch where if you like zoomed in with a
6
sniper
Fallout
scope,
podcasts.
you could hack them from range.
Really? That's cool.
Yeah,
It's
that's
better.
how I did the entire fucking. I can't think of the name.
All
The
right.
robot DLC.
The robot.
Oh, Tomatron.
Yeah, Tomatron. Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, wasn't it like a amusement park DLC? I played
yeah.
Fallout for like 3 hours.
That-
Nuka World.
Nuka World. It was
Help.
bad.
Yeah, we were just laughing about that.
Help.
Oh man.
1, 2, 3, help!
Do you not? I don't know. You weren't. You
No,
weren't
he
part of
wasn't.
it during this time.
They weren't.
Liam made a character on Fallout 4 named Help.
Okay, let me describe
Yeah.
help to you. Okay, so you know what diarrhea looks like?
Insert, just put picture of Brett on the screen.
Hey, I'm sexy. Shut up.
All right, so
That's what your
Put
girlfriend.
diarrhea with like abs on it.
for some reason, Liam decided to make the most grotesque character he could
That picture.
in Fallout 4.
I saw it on a video once, and it was like the description for the character was like, "This is an abused house husband."
It was awful to look at.
Like it stung your eyes.
It looked like he shoved his face in a meat grinder and enjoyed it, so he sat there for a while.
Oh.
Yeah.
Face not
And then, like,
Like
a
I
raccoon pissed in the wounds, and then the wounds healed over the piss, and then that infection just melted everything. That is what help looked like.
Now, because he was an abused
1, 2,
house
3,
husband,
help!
what he ended up doing was he wandered around the wasteland, killed everybody. God forbid, like he left you alive. He killed you with a baton. He killed you with a baton. Then he cut off your arms and legs with a machete, and then beheaded you with a survival knife.
Yes.
Yeah, and if and when possible, he would display the body as if it was sitting.
Yeah.
So
Just the body,
essentially,
though.
essentially, we made a serial killer.
He didn't survive very long because we got the bright idea to go into the main city, Diamond City, and kill a radio broadcaster.
Spoiler warning.
Oh yeah.
And then
Spoiler warning.
we just never made it
It's
out
a spoiler-
alive.
some people-
Oh
Never.
no! We reloaded, and then you told him to go to that one island in the middle of piss shit.
Spectre
No what?
Honest,
Oh,
Spectacle Island.
that's so bad idea.
Yeah, he was like level 4.
Oh,
It was good. It was a good time.
He sprinted there. He made it there, and
yeah.
then he activated the generator.
Okay,
Yeah.
So Queen showed
Okay,
up.
so
yeah. The thing.
I activated the generator, and then one of you were like, "Okay, so all you have to do is just go to the other part, and all the things will go away." And I'm like, "Awesome." So I went to the other part, I activated it, nothing happened, and they killed me. And it was like, I go back like 20 minutes.
Oh yeah, he didn't save when he got to the island.
Yeah, he didn't.
And then the second journey to the island, he got chased halfway there by a super
Giant to
mutant.
the center of the earth.
Literally, though.
It was a good time.
I think about
That was our first attempt at a podcast that Brett never uploaded because he's a fucking cunt.
Yep.
Whoa, you can't say
That one actually had video to it.
Yeah, it did.
That was the one where you guys were freaking out because there was a bee in my basement.
Yep.
Listen.
Big booty.
I remember because during that recording, Kate and I in the background were fighting with the lightsabers.
They were sword fighting.
Yes.
Also, just like what Cameron was doing earlier.
What? Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You were standing right there. We were critiquing their movement.
This is true.
Their sword fighting.
They're
prowess.
sword fighting fucking
Prowess.
prowess. That's a good word for it.
are good words. See, this is what happens.
You know what reminds me of sword fighting?
Pornhub.
Oh God.
Game of Thrones reminds me of sword fighting.
Wow, kill yourself.
And Pornhub.
Ah,
Really, everything in this triangle kind of correlates.
Yeah, it does.
this is such a
This is the
bad.
most fucked up Venn diagram I could ever think of.
I segued you into this from A to B.
Liam, please put a Venn diagram of sword fighting, Game of Thrones, and Pornhub. And just have it all meet in the middle.
And then in the middle, just have Derryck's face.
Yes. So,
I want to put a picture of your broken arm.
for reasons I'm not going to get into, I googled Pornhub.
For reasons.
One of the articles that came up was that of a public announcement from the president of Pornhub, whoever he is,
in
saying,
Quebec.
It's a female.
In Quebec.
whatever it is,
It's a female.
whatever
is a
she is.
woman.
Anyway, wait,
Whatever
Pornhub's
she is.
Canadian?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah! Oh hell yeah! Anyway,
Quebec, so it's less than Canadian.
Oh yeah.
If you're watching in
Yeah,
Quebec, tell yourself.
Derek is our
Yeah,
Canadian
if you're watching
extremist.
from, if you're watching from Quebec, fuck off. I hate your slimy guts.
Future Liam, please take that out.
Literally, if you're watching from where?
this podcast is the
don't
reason
listen to
that they're going to
Liam.
get the 51%. You know that, Brett, right?
The 51% what?
To split.
The referendum was like 51-49
Oh.
in favor.
Oh, okay.
God,
Anyway.
you're bad at social studies.
I don't pay attention to shit.
Anyway,
Because you're a turd.
I was Googling Pornhub for reasons we're not going to get into.
Right.
and-
Studying.
He wanted
Yes.
fat.
Hentai.
Yes.
Hey,
No.
sometimes you can find spoilers on
Tentacle
there.
porn.
Like, fucking...
I
saw Star
wanted
Wars
to watch the B movie. Anyway,
On Pornhub?
You can actually find it. Yeah, it's
I
on
found
there.
Filthy Frank on Pornhub the other day.
Dude, did you know
Anyway.
FaZe Rain has a channel and has over 2 million subscribers on Pornhub? They sent him a shirt.
How would you
anyway,
know? How'd you find it?
I used to watch his channel.
Sure.
on Pornhub.
No.
Anyway, I found the article that it was saying that
Like Pornhub Premium, just to subscribe to FaZe Rain.
they released an announcement that during the premiere of the new season of Game of Thrones, they had their lowest day of traffic in years.
Right.
Because everyone was too busy fucking fapping to Game of Thrones.
This amazes me.
Is it because you were also fapping to Game of Thrones?
And then,
No, I don't watch the
If I
show.
remember correctly, a little while ago, they released another PSA saying that
After announcement.
after a release of episodes of Game of Thrones after the releases, their traffic spikes. So it's like it dies for the release, and then after that, it's like, what the fuck?
No, they're sitting there, they're like, dicks in the hand, they're like, oh man, I gotta fucking go watch Game of Thrones for 2 hours. Okay, now we back, boys.
And then everybody's back because the people who weren't there before watched Game of Thrones, and they're like, oh shit.
And then the
Pornhub.
regular people whose normal time is after Game of Thrones anyway are already on.
It just amazes me that
Game of Hubs.
a TV show like that,
can affect a website that large.
yes,
Jon Snow gets small, hot, and bothered.
Yes. The first thing she says in the podcast
That's a lie.
related to the current topic,
Okay.
and it's the
Can you-
best
can you
thing
draw-
I've
Can
heard.
you draw that?
Yes.
She's
Okay.
An, she's an artist.
Yeah,
she's,
my Rebecca's an artist, and she's fucking amazing.
I want
she's probably like a 7.5.
Okay.
I want to carry on and move away from porn to more
There's a lot of
TV
it.
stuff.
No. Hold on.
The average person's like 4.5.
Okay, so
They're
like,
pretty good.
listen, right? Have
Listen.
you guys looked up porn recently and found
No.
that there's like a fucking PSA about porn addiction right next to like the search
No.
like the
How
search.
does how would do you have
I
a porn
actually think
addiction?
I saw that.
Yeah, okay, so like
I saw this on
That's 'cause,
Tumblr.
like-
I seen a picture of the B movie.
Like the reason they believe it's
Like,
an
this is
addiction
not
is
the-
because like what happens is like when you masturbate, it causes endorphins in your brain to release.
Yeah.
It's
You get
like
addicted to
cocaine.
no, but like
Except for less
No,
addiction.
like cocaine can actually cause like physical things.
No,
I'm not talking about like a
It's
fucking.
a physical addiction to
I'm not talking about an
jerking meat, dude.
article that shows up. Like
It's an ad, I know.
No, it's not an ad. It's a thing by Google that they put in next to the cert, like the actual.
I think that's just for
responses.
you specifically.
Okay, I don't think
and
I saw
and
that.
it has a warning about pornography. Fucking
Okay, to carry on what Kent was
being
saying,
addictive.
masturbation.
You know what's
Rebecca
tough
knows
as
a
well,
lot about
Derek?
that.
When you masturbate, I read science things, okay?
Yeah.
When you
You
masturbate...
can
Are you
fit
sure?
science?
Are you sure you're really
Yes!
scientist? Yes.
I masturbate to the quadratic formula. E equals MC squared!
Derryk does not. What?
As I'm gonna walk away, Teacher Liam, put on the user has left your channel.
Anyway, I'll just wait a minute.
Are you really Steve Irwin the Crocodile?
Oh my god.
Suck my fucking dick.
Suck my alligator dick.
This is fucking dick.
As I was saying,
Stick it up its butthole.
when you masturbate, you release chemicals in your brain
Yep.
that is similar to the same chemicals that are released in your brain when you do cocaine.
I can confirm.
That is why.
Rebecca can confirm.
That is
She's the
why.
porn part.
Yeah.
That is why
I'm the coke.
they say porn can be addictive because masturbation is like doing cocaine.
Except for less fun.
See, but when you think about it, that's the same as like sex. Sex would release the
Where's
same
the daddy
thing.
names?
Yes.
So like, wouldn't sex also be addictive?
Yes.
Yes.
So then why are they
Have
just?
you heard of Charlie Sheen, Tiger Woods,
Tiger's Wood.
other people who are less famous who are also sex addicts?
Tom Cruise. No.
Hey, listen, all right.
Rebecca.
What?
Whoa! You can't say
What?
that on the
Listen.
internet.
I don't care.
Wow, future Liam, wow that part. Like, you have to actually wow
Like,
that
no,
part.
redact that. Don't listen to me.
No,
No, you have to wow that.
I'm lying that.
Nah.
Future Liam, don't
Make
listen
sure
to
to,
anything Brett says ever.
Don't listen to anything past Liam says either.
Literally, future Liam, literally just delete Brett from this podcast.
We went over this last
That would be
podcast. It takes too
hilarious.
much work.
You're all
That would
acting
be
like children.
hilarious.
It's just like empty space.
Good point.
The entire conversation is Ken talking to himself on Fallout.
Anyway, what were you saying?
You can't just say things like that on the internet. Man. Now they're fucking.
Does anyone remember what Liam was talking about before we got interrupted by something I was also
Pick a
forgotten
new
about?
topic, boyos.
Porn.
No. Oh yeah, right. I had a thing to say about TV shows. I'm segueing back from Game of Thrones here.
Okay.
Did you people know that in British land, whatever it's called
British
now?
land.
You mean Britain?
Britain.
No, like
mean Europe?
No, like
Western Europe.
the United Kingdom. Okay,
Not so united.
All
We're
right.
really united
Yeah.
anymore.
It's
Scotland's
really not.
still there, kind
We
of.
kind of hold hands, but like just by a fingertip. They're breaking up.
They're about to break up.
No, they're fighting, and in the midst of that
And
fight, they're
China-
also moving their house. It's quite funny to think if you think about it.
It's like a bad
kids are like,
divorce.
when mom and dad yell at each other.
I got them a while ago. I just have never
That's
used them
France.
because I never remember
Anyway,
them.
as I was saying, in British land, when there is a commercial break for TV shows like Game of Thrones, Doctor Who, and other popular shows there,
Okay.
they actually have significantly increased power draws that sometimes result in blackouts from people turning on their electric kettles.
Because if you make your tea during the commercial break.
That's an actual thing. It has an
yeah.
actual term. It's called like
Jacking
TV
off.
draw or something like that.
Jacking off.
It's
Why
hilarious.
did this? Why did talk? Why?
Game of Thrones, HBO.
Television in Britain.
Yeah.
Kettle has tea. No.
Mr. T.
Liam has frozen. Liam.exe has crashed.
Please do the ad read.
Alrighty. Well, speaking of ads,
You're an ad.
toasted cinnamon crisps. Are you hungry? Do you like crisps?
Kill yourself.
Do you like? Did you try the cinnamon challenge like an idiot? Are you American and deep fry everything? Well, this isn't for you then.
Take a breath.
Fuck off! Because today we have toasted cinnamon crisps. A crispy toasted cereal. Now go fucking buy it.
You were in drama class. How did you
I'm-
do that so poorly?
I mean, he'll
Okay,
probably
I
have like
stutter
a
if I don't actually
I'm an
recite it a few
actor.
times.
Oh.
Yeah.
Look at me, I'm an actor.
Reminds me, I forgot a
How
script
did,
for a
you probably
tea
failed
project.
drama. Like
Actually,
I didn't.
no,
show,
I did really
I showed
well
up
in
for like
drama.
10% of classes and got 95.
I did really well in drama.
Everyone did really well.
It's impossible not to
If
do
you,
well.
if you
literally
showed up
actually-
for 17 classes one semester and had 95.
I'd like to point out that there was a few females in that class that
Oh,
did not
yeah.
pass.
Oh yeah, because they didn't do shit. Oh, I get to tell the fucking bitch story.
Yay!
You're gonna have to be a little more specific.
You remember this
I'm
story,
right here. I am the
You guys
fucking-
were. This
You're
was
gonna have
after-
to be a little
Liam,
more
this was when
specific.
this was when you guys were in grade 12 because I had graduated by this
Yeah.
time.
We were doing the final end
know, I
of the
was
semester
there.
project.
Okay.
And it was when we did Melissa McKinney McNormus McWhale.
Okay. Oh. Okay.
Anyway, there was
On you.
a girl in our group. I'm not going to say her name. I'm just going to call her the bitch.
Wait, was it Kiwi?
The
No.
second bitch, because I'm the first
Other
bitch.
bitch.
I'm queen bitch.
So
To clarify.
I had an okay group.
Stop.
Kiwi had issues, but she got over them. It wasn't, that she was a bad actress, she was a bad person. It's just that she was having issues.
Yeah. Wasn't she like stage fright?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay.
She got over it, though. It
Oh, I
ended
remember
well.
that.
That's all I'm talking about. I'm talking about the fucking bitch. So, the first day we get to work on this,
Can you whisper her? Can you whisper me her name?
And then, can you say it out loud?
Oh.
there you go.
Whisper,
Okay.
whisper, don't make a sound.
okay,
Come on.
so,
Come on.
so the first day of class, you might have.
I
You probably
know.
do.
I think
I don't.
Oh, yeah, I see that Starbucks all the time. She's
Yeah,
such a
I
bitch.
don't remember.
Whisper the name to him while I continue. So,
She's
first
such
day
a
of class.
Yeah.
Right.
You remember now?
I remember this story. Yeah, she's a raging.
Every single
So-
time.
Throughout the year, she had been
The worst person you've ever met.
no,
Yes.
not until this point. She was tolerable. She
wasn't.
sometimes
Tried.
tried. After this
Sometimes.
moment, it was just no. So, first day we get to work on this project, we go to the library where there's computers and we start looking up scripts.
For reference,
Everyone in my group, except for the bitch, was helping find a script.
because she's a bitch.
We all finally come to a consensus. We
Oh,
pick a
fine.
script. It's called Melissa McKinney McNormus McWhale. Look it up and read it. It's a very funny play.
Has at least one character in it.
It has
That's required for a play.
yeah.
No, it's not.
It is. How do you have a play? How do you have a characterless play?
Have you ever read the Harry Potter fan fiction book?
No.
None of those are real characters.
Anyway,
They're names and they say words, but they're not characters.
we pick up the play. I'm directing. I'm the highest grade
The
in the
cursed
group,
child, that's
so
what it's
I am
called.
directing. There's about 4 other people in the group. There's no last name, so it's okay. So the first names. There's Josh. There's Kiara or Kiwi, and Faith.
She's cool.
And then there was the bitch.
Once again, not giving
Universally-
her name for the sake of kind of.
I think
Shut
I
up.
could
Anyway,
say her name
continue.
because she hates me.
If you want. If you want.
I'm just
Anyway,
gonna wad anyway.
we head out to the library to start reading the script.
Okay.
She wasn't part of the script selection process.
Okay.
She had no idea what was going on. Okay, so you take the script, read the lines for this character.
Right.
We get about a page through,
Uh-huh.
and she takes out her phone
I'm
and just
page
starts. It's like a 3-page play.
Okay.
She starts just going on her phone
Right. Like she does.
like she does.
Right.
She's one of those.
She does it at work too.
I
Like,
ask her.
You work with her?
no, I stop at Starbucks. Coffee shop.
It's a global brand. It doesn't matter.
She works at the Starbucks, and I just fucking. One time I ordered, and she lays like, "Okay, whatever," like, quote, and then she goes on her phone, and I'm just like,
How do you have?
There is a customer. Anyway,
and then everyone, no, I go there like every fucking day, and one day she's like, I don't know if we actually serve that one. I was like, I know you serve that one. I get this fucking drink every single day. I wish I said it out loud. I get the same drink every day. It's so
I am
good.
basic white trash.
Hey, it's pretty.
I mean, Savannah really is.
anyway,
Pretty bad.
anyway.
Pretty bad.
She whips out her phone. She starts going on it.
She
We
whips
get
it
to
out.
one of her. I was okay with this so long as she still kept reading her lines. However, we get to her. We were having a good beat going. We were going line after line. We weren't making that many mistakes. We get to where she has to read her next line, and it just stops. I look up from my script, and she's on her phone. I go, "Bitch, put your phone away." I didn't say bitch. Whenever I say
feel
bitch,
like the drama teacher would have killed you. Like, he's a great
was it
guy and
Doogie?
all.
Doogie?
He would have agreed
Yeah.
with you, and then he would have killed you.
okay,
No.
so
You're right.
Doogie understands.
For the future,
I'm pretty sure we had a conversation about that.
Oh, we did.
He fucking hated her.
we did. It was great. Anyway, for the future, whenever I say bitch, I am referring to the bitch.
You are effectively using her name.
Yes.
You are just using the
Yes,
code
I
name.
said her name, but in this
we get
storytelling
it.
version, I'm going to say the bitch.
We get it.
So I said, bitch, please put your phone away. We're trying to read the script.
I'm gonna replace each and every single time you say bitch with her name.
But like, have
Either way.
Microsoft Sam say it.
Story.
Anyway,
Have
Continue.
Microsoft Sam say it.
she puts her phone down and says, you may be the director, but you can't direct me.
As someone who graduated from the same school and the same course, I do believe that's what a director means.
I remember that. I remember this exactly.
And then did she get up and like storm out?
Okay, she walked away from me. She walked away, she went to do piss all whatever.
You were so mad.
I was speechless. It was literally the dumbest thing I had ever heard somebody say.
You're not.
I have heard some dumb shit in my life. This
Yeah.
was on number 1 of that list. She walked away. The other people in my group were just kind of staring at me and seeing me go through the mental process of understanding, decoding what she just said. About 10 seconds
I was
passed
there.
after she left. And I said, go sit down and read the scripts.
No.
I went to go talk to the I did the mature thing.
And said, this
I went to go
bitch!
talk to the teacher. I
This
said,
bitch right here.
This motherfucker.
please remove her from my group project. I'm
Nobody-
gonna kill this bitch. I didn't say that. I'm paraphrasing.
No, I think you actually said that. I'm pretty sure it's
I'm
actually
pretty
what you
sure
said.
I was there.
I was
Mr.
there.
Viking Hand would have probably agreed.
I was there. I'm pretty sure that's what you said.
Do you not remember his Viking Hand?
He has that bone deformity.
Not bone, nerve.
Nerve deformity, yeah.
Yeah.
Nerve problem,
Anyway.
it pulls his arm.
Good times.
Anyway, get this bitch from my group. I'm gonna kill her. Paraphrasing.
I think those were his exact words.
Doogie asks why. I say to him what she said to me, word for word. He had the exact same look.
It's like,
This is a guy who has been in the acting industry for 30 years. He's been in movies.
and he just retired.
Sad boys. Sad
Sadly.
music. Sad music.
Sadly.
Future Lamb sad music.
His face
Turn
was
off.
probably me looking into a mirror.
The
See, I'm
face of
sitting-
what the fuck?
See, I'm sitting on the other side of him.
I don't think any other group would have taken her.
Oh no, she didn't get a grade for that project. That was
Yeah.
that was like a third of the grade.
I think she,
Yeah,
she failed that class.
Yeah.
I remember
knew
you telling
her.
me this.
She got like a 38 in the
Yeah,
course.
didn't you say like Doogie walked out and was like, okay, well instead of this you can write an essay. She didn't even hand it in.
Yeah,
She didn't even do it.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
yeah, it was.
And she didn't she complain about getting a 38?
yeah, yeah. She
Okay,
we all
at
got
one
our
point,
report
I was
cards
friends
in
with
that
her.
class.
Yeah, and then
You know, bitches hanging out together, right? So I was friends with her.
Oh,
And
wow.
like,
In that class, we got our report cards, and we're all
Subtitle.
checking like
Subtitle.
90, 85. I think
Subtitles.
someone else got 100.
subtitles.
And then she opens hers and go, and from her own mouth, "What the fuck is this?"
I think
Oh.
she was just in it for a free grade.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
she was.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
she-
just
It is
like-
a free
even
grade
get
if you actually
that.
go to class.
Go to class and
Going to class is
And
optional.
try. And at least for the
Trying's
fucking
optional.
At least give some effort because
I-
Doogie even said like if he will fail you if you're in it just for credits.
I was in drama class and I had 17 presences and I had a 95.
you at least probably tried when you were there.
You
She
tried to
legit
there.
cried because of
Kinda.
her grade.
It
I
was
just went. I,
hilarious.
I think
everyone
she,
was
I
like,
think
oh,
she
we
was
have a
actually like because
Borderline bipolar.
no
Oh.
borderline like failing the
okay,
grade.
yeah.
like the class,
No, like
No,
the whole her
grade.
grade
Yeah, the
because
She always talked
No,
like she was so much
the
better
class
than
of grade
everyone
12.
Yeah.
She was borderline failing the class.
okay, when you say class, he makes me think of just the
No, she
class
was
of
failing the
drama.
grade.
Yeah, yeah, because when you say class, it makes you think of the class of drama, not the class of the grade.
I hate her so much.
Let's just simplify it down to she's a raging cunt.
Yeah.
No, you can't say those words.
I don't care.
Speaking of raging cunts, I had a lady throw a bagel at me. at work.
Today?
No, this was actually a couple of weeks ago, but
He works at a well,
Canadian donut shop.
He used to be only Canadian. Now it's in America.
well,
Thanks,
anyway,
Jamies.
Hort
food
Timpson.
service.
Hey, at
Fort
least it was in
Timpson.
Afghanistan before it was in America.
Hort Timpson.
During the deployment, they built a temporary Tim Hortons in Afghanistan
Timpsons.
or Iraq, one of the two countries we were
I
deploying.
can't even tell the difference.
Afghanistan.
I'm pretty sure it was Afghanistan.
Yeah,
Was that,
because
yeah.
Iraq was America.
No. We were there as peacekeepers. Quotation
Yeast
peacekeepers.
keepers.
So we were everywhere Americans
That's
went, just a little bit
disgusting.
later.
Wow.
Yeah, but we were in
Hear that?
Afghanistan.
No, according to
for-
Wada.
Anyway, we had larger deployments in Afghanistan. Anyway, whatever. But yeah,
Kent was there.
yeah. Food service industry. The lady threw a bagel at me. Another reason is that she got a bagel. She wanted 2 servings of cream cheese on her bagel.
Okay.
The person, it was on over the headset, and these headsets really aren't that good. It's really difficult to understand people. I don't even know if she asked for 2, because that happens a lot. They think they asked for 2, but they only asked
Or
for
they
1.
asked for 2.
Yeah, quotation
Quotation
marks.
marks.
Yeah.
I want this in my. I have
A lot.
every
It
single
happens all the time, and we know it happens because we'll have like
Don't worry
4
about it.
people listening to the order, and like nobody will hear them ask for a second one, so we know they didn't. Anyway,
The best part is when you read the order back.
she got
and they're
yeah.
like,
She opened the bagel while she was sitting there in the drive-through window, and she was like, "What is this?" And she threw the bagel at me.
Alright.
Oh,
Did you kill her?
that makes me think of the fucking crazy chicken McNugget lady.
Hold on.
Tell the story.
The crazy chicken McNugget lady.
You haven't seen this
You
video.
haven't
Are you
seen that?
fucking
I
kidding
haven't.
me?
I haven't
Wait,
seen it
no,
either.
is this the lady that like punched the window?
Yes.
Or like tried to rip it open? Yes! Yes, because I always hear the Dragon Ball Z song. When
Super Saiyan.
Oh, it's hilarious just watching.
And this is a Super
Saiyan
Saiyan
Ultra. I work at a smoothie joint.
Uh-huh.
Picture joint on screen, future Liam.
Okay.
And
join.
this lady got a smoothie at like it was like we just opened. It was like 7:05. It was a fucking Monday morning. She gets her smoothie.
Uh-huh.
She calls back, like she starts drinking her smoothie and leaves. She calls back like 2 hours later.
Okay.
And she's like, I was not satisfied with the smoothie. And I was like, no, I was like, no, we're supposed to just be like, okay, what was wrong with it? And she was like, oh, I didn't like what it tastes like. So I was like, okay. She brings it back. The cup's drained. Like she drank this.
She drank it. Yeah, I love when people do that. No, we
Yeah,
can't
it's
give
like-
you the new replacement if you ate.
Just like 2 hours ago.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, like if you're gonna drink it and you don't like if you don't like it and you're gonna keep drinking it,
Then
keep
you
fucking
like
drinking it and
you know
piss off.
You know what's worse? So it was like a newer thing, you know, like we're trying to like up our customer service and whatnot. The thing is I knew this lady before. Like I've been working there for like 5 months now. This was like 30 weeks ago. But she was a semi-frequent customer. I got the same thing. And she got the same thing again. Said she didn't like it. And I was like,
Wow.
bitch trying to play me?
Was it?
Wow.
You mean the bitch?
You got a wow.
Wow.
No, you have Microsoft Sam, remember?
Yes. I'm gonna Microsoft Sam the wow.
Oh man.
Wow.
Wow. You know what that reminds me of?
Jesus Christ.
Fucked up laws.
Oh god.
Fucked up.
Alright,
Segue.
so yeah, no.
Segway.
Some
Such a
just really
Segway logo.
stupid shit that because this is kind of off the top of my head here.
Brett jacks off to stupid laws.
Sometimes. Only when I like really need to nut.
Hey, Future
Or
Liam.
when it's on the Pornhub recommendations.
Yeah, that too.
Future Liam, can you put in? Can you make a T-shirt design that says Segway on it? Thanks.
But it's in like the Sega logo.
Sega.
Yeah.
Segway.
No, it's just like John the
Segway.
Segway. The Sega.
But anyway,
Wow, afterwards. So I won't get sued.
so I've actually got some really shitty laws here for you guys. So in Singapore, it's
Okay.
illegal to chew gum.
Okay. That's it.
Why?
Actually, I read this one. It's a littering issue. It's like
Oh,
a
okay.
public.
That makes sense.
cleanliness
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
they
thing.
want
Yeah,
you to clean.
debunked stupid law. Carry on.
That's gay. Carry on.
Okay, I don't know where this is. Oh, it's somewhere in the UK.
There's like
They have
4 places.
There's only like 4 places in the United Kingdom.
It's
only 2 now.
specific.
There's England, Wales, Scotland, and that 1/4 of Ireland.
Okay,
There's only 2 now.
this is an act. Hear this out. I actually have a screenshot of this. Parliament's famous Salmon Act of 1986 states that it is illegal to hold a salmon under suspicious circumstances.
So wait. Is it what qualifies as just fucking the fish? What does it qualify as suspicious?
Get out.
Oh! That was terrible, Mason.
All right, he's gone.
Taking a victory lap.
Trips and eat
Okay.
shit.
Hold on, I wanna name a law. In the city that we live in, I'm not gonna name the name. In the city that we live in,
Shithole in the shithole.
legally, if you were run out by the police of the city, they are legally supposed to give you a horse,
Oh,
a
yeah.
duster, and a pistol.
This is very common in the province we live in.
This is
small
real.
town.
That's awesome.
This
I'm
is
pretty
real.
sure it's a provincial bylaw. I
This
am
is
fairly
not
certain.
a joke. This
When I
is
went to
real.
Southern Alberta, I read that.
Yeah, it is. It is one of those laws that was made when this was the Wild West.
Can you talk that voice the rest of the fucking podcast?
No, because Liam will yell at me.
Yeah, I don't want
Please do it. Please, it's worth it. It's your last day before you die at midnight.
Well,
Alrighty.
it's better than
Yeah,
his announcer
it's one of
voice.
those weird laws in Alberta.
Wild West.
before he does it.
It's one of those weird
yeah.
laws in like Alberta and Saskatchewan, and
Yeah.
I think it might even be in BC still.
No,
but
this
it's
is
those
not
like
Wild West.
you have to tie up a horse. Like you cannot leave a horse untied in town.
Really?
Yeah. That's primarily in Edmonton. I don't know if it's anywhere else still.
No,
Damn.
It's everywhere.
That is
I'm
everywhere.
pretty sure it's
All right,
everywhere.
I know for fact it's still in Edmonton.
It's in Calgary. No, I've seen somebody get ticketed for the Stampede.
Are you fucking kidding?
No, I'm
Get on the
100%.
horse's ass.
No, the price is getting written up. There's like
That cop's got balls.
No, they're writing him up at the Stampede. Now there's like 30 of us in the cracks. We're like, what the fuck? And then a cop is just like, this is what you get for not tying up your horse.
I'm just picturing in the middle of the stampede,
Yeah,
ground,
like the
some barrel racer finishes her lap, jumps off her horse to celebrate, and an RCMP just hops over the stand. Take it, book in hand.
No, jumps off on their horse. Their horse tackles the other horse. Liam, feature Liam, edit this out. Edit that video in. Edit the video in.
Okay, all right. Try to find one.
So,
Holy
got another shitty one. So,
Okay.
everybody
Picture
knows Northwest.
That,
God.
like,
The child.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah,
the
okay.
name's child.
Yeah.
Apparently, there's also children named Apple and Blue Ivy because they reference it at the end of this.
Yeah.
I don't know whose children those are. But,
Mine.
anyways, these names are illegal to have in Denmark. You can't name your child something stupid. There's a list of 7,000 approved names.
That's awesome.
And
You
they're all
need to get
just,
approval from the government before you can
they're
name
all
a
just
child.
That's
Dick
awesome.
Tracy.
that's hilarious.
That would.
I think
that would,
I think
wish-
that's everywhere though.
I would no.
No,
No,
that
no,
isn't.
no,
There are
not
several
the
children
not
in
the
the
name
United
list of
States
names.
named XD.
Can I name my
No,
child
needing
kill
approval
myself?
from the government for a name.
No.
No.
Oh,
Really?
thing
No.
about it might be not Singapore. Some Malaysian country, one of them,
Racism.
recently, but recently I mean within the last 50 years.
Recently.
The person in charge there, in an effort to westernize the country, had to make everyone
Almost
pick
an hour.
a last name. Now, before this moment, I'm just gonna say the Philippines. But it's not.
Racist.
But before this,
They're like racist, like
Philippine
flashing
names
lights.
were just the first name.
Okay.
But now
Uh-huh.
they have last names, the first and
Yeah.
last name, like everywhere else.
Uh-huh.
However, this dictator also made it a law that no one can have the same last name.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
What?
Wait, no, what? Does that include families?
I don't know about that, but I know that at the creation of this law, when you had to register for a last name, it couldn't be the same last name as someone already registered. Essentially, think of like when you're trying to pick a username on a website.
Oh
I'm
god.
assuming that's what happened, because now, in this country, I don't know which one it is, there are last names that are literally longer than the alphabet.
You know what's the worst?
Because there's
When you're
so
trying to
many
pick a-
people.
When you're trying to pick a name in an MMO or something, that has a character limit, So I had to remake a Battle.net account because I've had this one for I had that one for 12 years, and it finally got hacked, and I was like, fuck, that's passwords. I haven't changed password in 12 years. Okay, it was a kid password. The password's in the password is in the username. Because as a kid I'd forget. So now I'm making a new one, and I'm everywhere else, my name is just Meme Queen 420 or Frosty, some stupid shit like that. So I go to enter the name. Every name I want is just 1 or 2 characters too long. I'm like, why is the fucking character limit 12?
That's how many years since your last user. Conspiracy. That's how many years Todd Howard's been in Skyrim.
Hey, segue back to Bethesda and stupid names. Do you guys remember when Bethesda had that contest when Skyrim was first releasing on 11/11/11? And they had a
some kid named their Dovahkiin.
Yeah. They had a contest where if you had a child that was born on 11/11/11, and you name that child Dovahkiin, you would get free Bethesda products for life.
Now it's wow, I just get 5,000 fucking copies.
Fucking Skyrim.
Some couple, I think it was in the United Kingdom.
I think it was actually in the States.
Now you know what the worst is? They probably have enough copies of Skyrim now to just build a new house out of it.
Yeah, but they named their child Dovahkiin.
That's awesome.
No, it's not.
That's fucking awesome.
That
It
kid
is a nice
getting
name. It
fucked
isn't
up.
really a really bad name.
That kid's
though.
getting murdered.
It's better than XD or LOL.
No,
Yeah.
it's
It
not.
Yes, it is.
No,
Yes.
it's not. Because you could be hee XD. You could be wow, fucking Dovahkiin, what are you,
It's
fucking gay?
We fucking Skyrim.
XD could be a thing like JD if it didn't have the cultural synonym
No,
of being, abbreviations for dumb shit.
So,
Yeah, but
another shitty law for you.
Okay.
That Brett's allowed to live.
it is one. Yeah.
This law showed up in the in Sweden.
Switzerland or Sweden?
Switzerland, sorry, my bad.
You said Swiss and Sweden.
Yeah, it's
Two
Switzerland.
different countries.
Switzerland.
Oh yeah, the Swedish and the
Okay,
Swiss.
what
So
is
it's
it?
Switzerland. So this law showed up after a man was hiking nude through the Alps and walked past a family that was having a picnic. So yeah, it's illegal to hike nude now in Switzerland.
Well, I guess that ruins my vacation. I've
Yeah,
already got the tickets
who
booked.
hates pants so much? I mean, I fucking hate pants.
Ugh.
Well, can't go to Switzerland.
Now, Brett, we can't talk about this without talking about the rhinoceros party.
Oh God, really?
Thank God
Children,
we don't know.
children.
I don't. I'm actually curious.
Music podcast, kids.
Okay, so
This is the part.
this
Oh,
is
part.
a little bit of a history lesson. So, in 1967, when the hippies got to
1969.
Canada,
69.
there were various forms of protests.
I fucking graduated school. You're bringing me back in it.
Yes, there were protests of various kinds. My favorite protest in the 60s was the formation of the Canadian political party known as the Rhinoceros Party of Canada.
Okay.
Almost as good as Bourbon Supreme.
Now,
Bourbon Supreme 2020.
this was a joke political party.
Right.
Unlike Bourbon
Their
Supreme, Bourbon
mantra
Supreme 2020.
was that if they ever got elected, they would immediately call for re-elections because they could.
Okay.
No, it was because they loved elections.
No, it was because they could.
I thought it was because they loved elections.
It might have been,
heard
but
both. I've heard both.
yeah, but it was also because they could. That's the one that I knew. But they had various campaign promises, as of replacing Canadian currency with bubblegum, so it could be inflated and deflated at will.
Awesome.
Holy
Paving all of Saskatchewan so Alberta could finally have... No, it wasn't paving all of Saskatchewan. Paving all of Manitoba so Ontario could have more parking. And digging out Saskatchewan, filling it with water so Alberta could have beachfront property.
Can you dig me out?
But I think my favorite one would be their promise to repeal the law of gravity. Now, here's my favorite thing about this
Don't
party.
matter here.
They almost won elections in three
Ridings.
We're at
in
Saskatchewan,
three
Manitoba.
Ridings.
ridings. And when I say that, I mean in the federal level.
That's awesome.
Was
They
it
all-
Alberta?
No,
Was it
it was like
BC?
Ontario.
Okay, so Toronto.
I would have
Vancouver.
voted for them.
That's kind of the thing, though, is that they don't really want to be voted for.
Yeah, they were protesting. I'm pretty sure it was...
Yeah, they were
The
protesting.
loss
They
of
were
gravity, apparently.
No, they were.
Shit.
Yeah, they weren't actually trying to get elected. Was the thing.
I know.
It was like
Yeah, but just I looked up a list of all their promises, and I was dying. They were going to, I think said they were going to kidnap the ambassador of Belgium and hold him prisoner for waffles. And here's the kicker. Belgium sent their headquarters a crate of waffles.
Are you serious?
That's a note that said, "Please don't kidnap our ambassador." I'm pretty sure it was Belgium, but I'm pretty sure it had to do with their ambassador. I could be wrong on the details of that, but there was something like that.
Alright. Well, I got one more left. It is not as funny as that, though.
Oh my god.
And,
Because you're a not funny person, Brett.
yeah, I know I'm not. Now, lick my ass.
Also, it's something to do with
Wah
the
that
Queen.
up.
Do you have
Future
something
Liam,
on
wah
here?
that
What?
up.
I guess an iPod. Never mind.
Yeah, what?
So,
I wanted to.
everybody knows about the Autobahn.
Pardon?
The German Autobahn.
German
No.
highway.
No.
Yes, it's the highway where there's like no.
Yeah, there's no speed limit at all.
Yeah.
Oh.
And it's
Okay.
fucking huge.
It's 5 lanes, and it has like the least
On each side.
like crash rate in the world.
everyone's
Low.
fucking
Point of
fast.
fact, it was built by the Nazis.
Yeah.
Just like Liam, a Nazi.
Hitler wasn't.
So yeah, no.
Don't finish that sentence.
Liam,
no,
wah
the-
that
the-
out.
The
Hitler wasn't
generalized
around.
rule is since there's 5 lanes, the outside lane is the slowest, the center lane is the fastest.
Right.
You fit yourself wherever you want.
Okay.
Just go your speed.
Isn't there 5 lanes on each side? Or-
Yes, there is.
Yeah,
Going
it's
at
10
like
lanes, yeah.
it's separated. But little fact for you: don't run out of gas on it, cause that'll get you fined.
Really?
Yeah, running out of gas on a huge highway that has no speed limit can get you fined.
That makes sense.
Well, it's more dangerous for you to not be moving than it is for you to be going 200 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, no.
push the car.
Germany has like, if I remember correctly, it's one of the lowest crash rates in the world.
Because
That's
nobody
pretty
gives a fuck.
Yeah,
They see a crash and then just like, oh, we could stop and or we
yeah.
could do a
Like
fucking flip.
if you look at like North
Do a
America,
barrel.
we have to stop and check everything out and slow down. No, in fucking Germany, if somebody gets in a crash, everybody else is like
They're
just
just-
gone.
They're just like, people hate us because I think we're Nazis.
And then,
Don't
and then
see
you go to
why.
like Asian countries like China and India and
Stop
stuff like that, and it's just
Racism.
Lights mean nothing.
lights mean nothing, lanes mean nothing.
Put racist
Turning
warning
signals
before
don't
this.
exist. Like
Yeah.
they actually don't exist.
Future Liam. Put a racist warning, flashing fucking Nazi colors and a Nazi flag.
Flashing Nazi colors.
More Rhinoceros Party promises. Provide higher education by building taller schools.
That'll learn them.
and smoke. And
That'll learn them. Yep.
Recreates the twin,
that's not
the twin,
funny.
the twin towers.
stop.
That's not that
I
funny.
don't have
Count the
it.
1,000 islands to make sure the Americans didn't steal any.
Oh my god.
Well, I
We're
wouldn't
talking
put it
about
past
the
them.
ranch sauce, by
Yeah,
the
I
way.
know.
Really not talking about the actual.
Wow.
Ban crappy Canadian winters.
I agree.
Abolish all laws to end crime.
I agree.
That works.
I mean,
That works.
Yeah.
That would end crime. Yeah.
Not crimes against humanity, though.
Abolish lawn mowing in some town in Quebec.
Does it actually say that?
It says the name of the town is Outremont, Quebec, but I didn't want to pronounce
Less than
that.
human.
Ban guns and butter, both kill.
Yeah.
Fuck, man. How am I ever gonna slip and slide around my house now?
This is only funny if you understand politics, but reform Lotto Canada, replacing cash prizes with Senate appointments.
Awesome.
Forget having 2 official languages, replace with having 2 official ears. The Queen of England would now be seated in Buckingham, Quebec.
I'd go for him.
Yeah, I'd vote for him.
yeah, man.
As long
Okay,
as they outlaw
this one's a
me.
little old.
That's
because,
why they stopped running.
This one's a little old, but take Canada off the gold standard, opting instead to use a new stone standard to boost the economy. And then when summer comes, not sure yet.
Awesome.
You know, there's some places in Canada have snow all year round.
Yeah,
I wish
that'll
we
keep
were
the
on-
economy afloat.
I wish we were there.
I
Any weather above like
You want to know what lives in
Yeah,
snow?
I hate heat.
Wolves.
so going back to the fucked up laws.
Segue.
Just ignore Brett for a moment.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Brett likes to fuck dogs.
sorry.
Only
Alright,
sometimes.
So there is a law somewhere in Europe where it is
Somewhere in Europe.
illegal to drag a dead body in between the hours of 1 a.m. and 7 a.m. or down the street.
Okay, I think I misheard. Did you
Drive.
say drag or drug?
Drag a dead
Okay.
body down the street between the hours of 1 a.m. and 7
All listeners
a.m.
knows I cannot walk down the street between
But
the
any other time,
It's fine.
it's fine.
People are sleeping in them. Come on, be considered.
You won't be accused for dragging a dead body at that time, but you will be accused for having a dead body, I do believe.
Probably.
Probably.
But if you do it in the early morning, nah, it's fine.
Nah.
That's fucked up.
You won't get
That's
charged
fucked
for
up.
murder. You'll get charged for loitering.
There is a bridge somewhere, I don't know where.
You fucking dummy.
I'm sorry, listen. There is a bridge
listen
somewhere
to that.
that is in between, like, the bridge itself is in between two different, like, states or something. Two different things. And right in the middle where the border is, there's no laws. You can get chased to the border and just, like, with, like, a hostage, kill the hostage in front of the cops on the line of the border, throw the hostage, like, the dead body over the thing, and then come back to the thing. They can't do anything about it.
Oh my god.
I just
I
imagine
want to live
like,
on there.
a very cartoonish chase of a man carrying someone over their shoulders being chased by 2
Damsel in
dozen
distress.
cops.
No, 3 million cops.
Crossing the border, throwing the person on the ground,
Gunning
putting the gun in their
them
head, and just looking the cops dead in the eye.
What
as
kind of
he
children's
pulls the
cartoon is
trigger.
this?
It's like,
Which
Phineas and Ferb, season 10.
Is that shit still on?
It's Ferb just fucking
Kent, you
carried
should know.
What?
Phineas,
Phineas Ferb?
smashed his face into the dirt.
I honestly don't know.
I don't
Really?
think it is.
I don't think it
No,
is
it's
either.
Phineas and Ferb kidnapping Candace.
Yes.
And then he slashes her throat with Phineas's weird triangle face
What?
on the border.
Okay,
I agree.
no more fan fiction.
I wrote that one. Find it on Pornhub.com.
not .com.
Another thing about weird borders, segue from that, Liam.
Oh, yeah?
The Canadian and Danish border, or Canadian Greenland border,
Right.
is a little weird.
Okay.
Because there's an island between the coast of Baffin Island and Greenland that is technically unclaimed,
Okay.
but also claimed by both Canada and Denmark
At the same
Oh
time.
yeah, I remember that.
at the same time. So a common thing to settle this dispute, which is an international incident to some degree, because both countries, about every 6 months, will go there
Uh-huh.
with the army, like 10 guys,
Yeah.
take down the other country's flag, put up their country's flag, and then leave their respective liquor at the base of the place.
I remember hearing about
Canadians leave whiskey, and the Danes leave schnapps. It's great.
That's fucking awesome. I love
Yo,
that.
guys, we all move around.
When passive-aggressive countries argue, it's amazing.
See, that's what I feel like all countries need to be passive aggressive.
Can I move to that island?
It's literally a rock that's like 20 feet by 20 feet.
Take the alcohol, take down the flag, put up your flag, it's just your face.
Mine.
It's just like, this is my
That's where
island
you're
now.
wrong, kiddo.
The Danish show up, they're like, what the fuck? There's some drunk passed out dude holding onto his flag, completely nude.
Iceland almost caused a diplomatic incident.
Why am I nude?
I don't know.
Why did you take my clothes, Liam?
He abandoned you there.
He set me up.
The president of Iceland a couple months ago
Is-
said that pineapple on pizza was awful.
Yes,
What?
it is.
No, it's not.
It is.
Gordon Ramsay himself, the god of cooking, said that you're less than human if you put pineapple on
Yeah.
your pizza.
Fucking
I'd
fight.
like
Well,
to,
it's
I'd like
true.
To, okay, so first of all,
Pineapple's
he's not
gross.
the god of cooking because
pretty
there
gross.
is no god of cooking.
There's no God. There's no wah.
Anyway.
He's a good cook.
He's
But-
the human overlord of cooking.
Remember that one time where that old lady made a better lasagna than him because he fucking rushed it? I do. I remember that.
I was
don't
the old
remember
lady.
that.
I remember that.
I was there, 9/11.
Never forget.
She laughed at him.
Okay.
I left him too.
Good
He's
for her.
stupid.
He's still a good cook for
But-
me.
But he's not.
Yeah, but Liam,
Okay.
Liam,
Very
let me
close
ask
to
you
you
this.
are,
Let me
Liam.
ask you this, Liam.
Huh?
Does she have a fucking TV show?
No!
Does she?
No, she does not! Oh, she was on the TV show! She could have!
Side note: Liam just shit his pants because I saw him jump. You were not expecting him to yell at your face.
I didn't jump.
It looked like you like.
I'm always expecting
That's a
Derryk to
general- I
yell.
didn't
Very
jump.
surprised
Wow,
when
it
he
looked
does.
like you still shit your pants.
You're
Oh shit, you're
But yeah, no, he has more than one TV show.
careful.
You
You
fuck.
almost fucking spilled my.
Yeah, so that makes her
Cola.
like. How many throws does he have? 2 or 3?
He has like 4.
He has.
That makes him 4 times as better
He
as
has
this dumb bitch
He has 3
and her
YouTube
dumb
channels.
lasagna.
his fucking 3 YouTube channels.
Okay, so she's the goddess of
pass me a
lasagna.
blue
He's the
drink.
god of every other food.
Yes, exactly. And how many fucking restaurants does this man have?
Thanks, man. I
least one.
appreciate it.
No problem.
None an incorrect statement.
Crack them.
I thought you were gonna beat the shit out of Brett if you did that.
No, it's if I eat.
Cracking a cold one with the boys on a Saturday.
You know what that reminds me of?
Ending the podcast.
Wolf
Goodbye.
job. Wolves. Segway.
So the Wolf Among Us season 2 was finally announced,
You're kicked off the podcast.
and I believe you would have
Fuck
something
out.
to say about this as well because you were equally as excited as
Yes.
me.
Yes, the tiny human Rebecca is a huge fan of
How do you know she's tiny? There's no
she's
visuals.
fucking tiny.
There's no
No,
visuals.
no.
on this.
But she's like 4 foot nothing.
This is an open statement to Telltale Games, who is obviously listening.
Yeah.
Freaking
Sponsor us.
First of all, fucking finally.
Hold on, but before
Leah,
you
put a
do,
picture of this on the podcast.
What? What the fuck?
I'm afraid to
Hold on,
open
let me
it.
take a picture.
Cracking a.
There is a deformed
That's what happens when you
can.
crack a pop.
Put it in front of me.
Make
Fuck's
sure you have the
sake.
Nickelback shirt in the background. Hey, blur
That was
out,
very Canadian.
blur out the cola and make sure that the Nickelback is in focus.
Gotcha.
listen, I was drunk.
No, you weren't. You bought the ticket sober.
I didn't buy the tickets.
You went sober.
Mason just looked at me.
My ex-girlfriend did.
That's
Right.
what happens when
Anyway.
you crack a cold one with the boys on the Saturday.
Oh my god. Ah, no!
Quit being-
Anyway,
Well, you
Peanut plus.
Way to go.
oh, did you not open
it
the
broke.
can?
You
Oh,
broke.
there it goes.
There you go.
I said, quit peanut plus.
There you go. My
Be
open
careful
letter
with
to
giant
Telltale
Mounties
Games.
when you drink, because it kind of broke off.
Quit peanut
Stop
plus.
fucking faking it.
What?
Okay, so you know how Telltale Games at the beginning of every game they always say that your decisions have consequences that
They
matter.
don't.
No, they don't!
Exactly. Now,
To an
Telltale,
extent.
you tell great stories most of the time.
Did Telltale do?
We forget about
Life is
Minecraft.
No, they didn't.
No.
Who made that game?
I don't remember
Red
what
Barrel.
I just bought that
No,
game.
don't not.
Yeah.
I just
Barrel
bought
made
that
Outlast.
game on the summer sale. Thanks, Steam. You're my daddy.
It's awful.
Life is
And
Strange?
your life.
I don't
I have
like
yet
it.
to play
You
it,
don't like
and
it?
I'm just super excited for the game. I'm just like waiting until I have
Yeah.
I'm just waiting until I have like a weekend with no plans. So I just put
They-
fucking 40 hours
Okay,
into
so
it.
you know how sorry to interrupt you guys, but you know how Telltale actually like it says that the decisions will affect it, and then it sort of does.
Sort of.
In Life is Strange, no, it sort of does.
It does.
At
I'm
least
gonna
one
elaborate
thing
on
Yeah.
that. I'm gonna elaborate on
changes,
that.
right? But in Life is Strange, no matter what decision you make, time gets reversed before any decision was made,
Depending
and
on
then
the decision
the
you make.
place is destroyed.
Yeah.
Hey,
No, it happens anyway.
No, it all depends on the
I thought
decision
the
you make
endings
at the
were
end of the game.
bullshit.
No,
There's
it
two
doesn't.
endings.
Both of them.
It doesn't. It before in chapter 4, it reverses time to before any of your decisions were made. And then chapter 5 happens, then you make the decision to either reverse time again a second time
And let
or have
Chloe die.
and let Chloe die
Hey,
or fucking
spoiler warning. I actually haven't played this game yet.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, but we all know.
I thought you
I
knew
haven't
about
played it
it.
either.
I, thought
I
you
don't
knew
know.
about it.
I've been completely blind
Oh,
with the game.
shit.
I saw it
So
come out.
sorry.
I saw it come out, and I was like, this game was amazing.
It
Mason,
sucks.
cover your ears. Because I'm going to
While,
finish my rant about this.
Liam and Brett
So yeah,
rant.
no, because by the end of it, you get to decide between if you go back in time and let Chloe die, or if you don't go back in time, let Chloe live, and the tornado
But she's
eats the
just
town.
gonna keep fucking
By-
dying
by the
because
way,
that's her fate.
This is why we need spoiler warnings, Liam, no matter how old the game is.
Yeah, to be fair.
I don't care.
So yeah, no, that's yeah. So no matter what, your
Very
choice does not fucking matter.
good.
I'm mad at you, Liam.
All right.
I'm extra mad at you now.
I'm sorry.
Not mad at me, even though I'm the one who yelled it, but like,
Good job.
I'm actually sorry, Mason.
So,
no, you're not. Don't lie.
just to
I actually-
say now, I am
Mason.
going to spoil The Wolf Among Us Season 1 and probably Game of Thrones.
The wolf did it.
Shut the fuck up.
Game of Thrones.
Not if you make the right decision.
The Telltale game version. There will be spoilers for those two games if you have not played, although they're like
Future
2
Liam,
years
put
and
a
like 6
timestamp
years
ahead of
old.
this.
Yeah, just
So we can
just
skip over
listen to me
spoilers.
tell
You
the
can't
story
anymore.
again.
You can't put timestamps anymore. Oh no, I put it in like the actual VOD.
Fucking retarded.
Well, I was thought you meant like an annotation.
No, like yeah, lots of.
Oh.
I thought you meant like the
It
annotation.
just says skip to this point.
Okay, yeah, I thought you meant an annotation because we can't do those anymore.
Oh, go fuck.
Anyway,
End my life.
Okay. And my life.
So, Telltale Games always says your choices will have consequences.
Your consequences will have choices.
Yes. Now, and what they're actually doing is having
We just
the
data
little
shared.
things
We just data shared.
have consequences.
I have all of your pictures.
Because the
Okay.
basic Telltale formula is you have
I'm looking at my wiki
in
point.
a series of 5 episodes, there are 1 or 2 big moments per episode. These 1 or 2 big moments have very little impact, but have in the narrative direction, but have the most impact for the actual story that's being told. Like in Wolf Among Us, the first episode, I think one of the biggest moments in that is when you're at the bar and you're given a choice to either arrest Woody or Tweedledee.
All right.
Fuck. Names are good, dude.
Telltale.
Telltale.
Well, I have to pee, so I'll be right back.
All right, so
Fairy
And
tales.
God knows how much I learned.
whoever you
Bye, Rat.
arrest doesn't matter in the long run,
No.
but it matters in terms of the story. Because, at least in my mind, if you arrest Woody, you're taking the easiest route. But if you're taking you jump to conclusions. You are hot-headed. This is the Big B Wolf that doesn't think before he acts. If you arrest Tweedledee, fucking names. If you arrest Tweedledee, then you are the Big B who thinks about it, who is trying to do better than his past.
See, but that only matters for game immersion, though.
Yes, and that's what Telltale Games and any of the Telltale games should be more focused on than trying to tell a story that has consequences. Because in games like that, and I'm also going to say something about Bethesda games again, because
Because they have no gameplay.
we always seem to come back to them.
Because we all hate Bethesda.
But write down in the topics Bethesda in all caps.
But a game with multiple endings is extremely difficult to follow up with. Make a
Also,
sequel.
it feels
Yeah,
bad
to write
when-
sequels to
Yeah.
and
It feels
stuff.
bad when there's multiple endings, but only like one save file. It makes me so mad. Okay, 1 second. I played Beyond Two Souls. I fucking love that game. Kind of has multiple. Not really. There's one ending and just a couple like.
That's also even going to mention in this.
So my brother's like, "Yo, let me play," and I was like, "Cool." So he loads up a save file and just deletes the other save files. There's only one save file. It deletes the other ones if you start a new game.
Oh.
I don't even know if there's a warning screen.
Wow.
I'm just sitting there playing my game. I already beat it, of course. I'm just fucking sitting there playing nameless ARPG because we're not sponsored. And I look over and he's playing it. So I'm like, "Yo, I forgot to check out all the rest of the endings." Sorry to mute there, but I was like, "I want to watch my game."
Okay.
And it's like, this isn't where I saved.
Okay, but Beyond Two Souls is like a storytelling mess.
It doesn't matter. So
It's a mess
You know,
of a
people can have
plot
opinions.
line.
See, Dragon
It is a
Age
messed up
did a
plot.
really good job of that.
Oh,
and
but
I will-
Beyond Two Souls is a mess of a plot line, but the game we were just talking about,
Life is Strange.
Life is Strange, isn't.
I agree that one is more of a
Clusterfuck.
clusterfuck, but Beyond Two Souls is
clusterfuck?
like
Everywhere at once and nowhere
It's
at the same
sci-fi
time.
fustercluck.
Okay, so
no,
anyway,
it's just
as I was saying, Bethesda. I believe it was the end of Daggerfall where they had multiple endings.
game's not real.
They had multiple endings, and these endings, I haven't played Daggerfall, so I can't really elaborate on this, but apparently these endings were widely different, and the game was praised for that. However, when they made the sequel to that game, they did something narratively stupid.
Okay.
They made a sequel to the game.
Yes.
That
technically a
and
sequel, but
Morrowind.
that and they canonically made each ending true.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Wait,
Or
what?
as they call it, the warp in the West. So in Elder Scrolls lore, the events of Daggerfall happen, and it ends with one of 3 factions controlling this doomsday device.
Okay.
It's me.
What?
The game,
Doomsday device or the factions?
the game resolves.
Okay.
Yes.
The game resolves, and then in the next game, Morrowind, where you're expected to get answers for this,
Okay.
none of that happens. You don't get answers because they canonically said that in this period of time, these 3 things happened at the same time, but it is impossible that they could have. Therefore, We don't know what happened.
I mean, they could have all just like held hands and taken a music.
They could have held hands and saying fucking kumbaya for all we know.
So
They made a fucking cop-out ending.
Speaking of
That's something
games,
new.
Derek, you sent me a text last night.
I will.
And was
I will
there a
we'll do
nude
that
attached?
to end it. We'll do that to end it.
There's
Yeah.
the nude attached.
And it was like 2 nights ago. Anyway.
I send nudes.
Anyway.
I wouldn't
I
doubt it.
received his news.
I'm ranting, okay? This is my part where I
I
get to
post his
rant.
nudes online. On Gawker.
He gets this rant because he's leaving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If anyone else does this, I'm kicking you off the podcast.
Can I be kicked out?
This
Rants.
is my rant. So,
I will just like proceed to do it every podcast because this is my fucking basement.
so when you have a game with multiple endings like that, you write yourself into a corner.
Uh-huh.
And so, for Telltale Games
Mass
to keep
Effect.
putting out... Yeah, I'm going to mention that as well. When you write yourself into that sort of corner, there's really no good way to get out.
Yes.
And so, Telltale Games can't make a game with consequences, because that will ruin the fucking story. You can have the little decisions like giving Faith money at the beginning of the game. It has very little effect on the following game until like 20 minutes later when you have to buy some cigarettes and you don't have money.
Yes.
Oh,
It's little things like
shucks.
that can happen in the game, but you can't have big narrative changes.
Yeah.
Like a moment in the 3rd episode. Bigby goes
Extra spoiler.
full wolf.
Okay.
And in the process,
Brett's persona.
kills Tweedledum, Tweedledee's twin, in a rage.
I remember this.
Now, that is a choice that you can make. I've never made the opposite choice of not killing Tweedledum because it's not fun. But the way the game ends, the way it resolves, has little effect on whether or not you killed him or not. I've watched videos of it.
Wow. Lame. Less than human.
whoa.
Subhuman filth.
Was he
Mate,
fucking
So
werewolf?
games. What I'm trying to get across is that games can't have this whole multiple endings unless they're going for one game and tell only that one story once. If you want to continue the story in a second game, you cannot have a multiple ending scenario
Yeah.
because that will fuck
Classic
everything
tone,
up.
man.
Dragon Age, as Ken mentioned, also kind of had this almost same problem.
Almost. Now,
But they made
They-
the game a lot more malleable.
It
Yeah,
made
they
the
did.
game a lot better by the way they handled it differently.
now the big thing with and I will mention Mass Effect now, stuff like Mass Effect and Dragon Age. What they did with it is the previous games, the choices that you made in it affect the future games. Now that works,
Yes.
but creating multiple final endings, that's
Yeah.
a big fusterclub.
Yeah.
Well,
Mass
especially
Effect-
for the third one, it was
Yeah.
just
Mass Effect
Yeah,
and Dragon
explain,
Age
I'll get into that in
Yeah.
a second.
are... BioWare has shown a tendency to be very good most of the time
Like
at long
a
form
solid
storytelling.
like 90% of the time.
yeah.
Brett, you will dick suck anything by
90% of the
I
time,
will.
it
Regardless,
works.
they could release
every
literally
time.
the worst game ever.
And I will still
60%
play
of the time,
love
it works 100% of the time.
1% of the time, it works 100% of the time.
All right, stop cloning Anchorman.
I want to die.
So the big
thought we were
thing
talking
with
about
Dragon
Brett's
Age,
sex
with
life.
the true ending, not the. They released the true ending of fucking DLC. Don't ever do that. Ever. That is rude.
What?
They released the Dragon Age Inquisition.
Yeah.
The true ending was released in the Descent or the Traitor DLC.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I
It was
remember.
so dumb.
I never got the DLC because it wasn't
I
available
did.
for 360.
I did.
So that's even worse.
yes, that's just dumb.
That
now,
that is money.
Yeah. It's,
now, spoilers. So Kent, if you'd like to cover yours.
I know. I already.
Wait,
I looked it up.
Trespasser?
Yes.
I haven't played Trespasser, so
All right. so
I
cover yours.
looked it up. So
So you know, Silas is the big bad guy.
yeah.
Now, at the end of the game, there's a choice you can make, and it all depends on the race and gender of your character and the choices you made involving Solace.
Yeah. Like
If you're a female elf who made love to Solace, or like,
Give him
yeah.
a
Ro-
dick suck.
you can actually go with him at the end of the game.
Give him a.
But one
See,
thing
so-
never changes.
What?
He always cuts off your fucking arm.
See, but that's a consistency thing of
Yeah,
like
that's consistent.
Yeah,
So,
like to save your life.
Yeah. Half of the ending is consistent. The other half is not.
See, but they did that in Fallout, in the first Fallout, or not Fallout, Dragon Age.
you done?
No.
No.
Well, we're down to the first one now.
Yeah,
the DLC, the Morgan
we're back
DLC.
to the first
Okay.
game.
Yeah,
We're
with the
talking
Morgan DLC. With Morgan DLC, They still continued that though, because you can go with Morgan if you romance Morgan in the first DLC.
Yeah.
Now, the thing about Dragon Age handling their ending well is that the fact that no matter what you do, one thing is going to happen. The Archdemon is going to be
die.
dead.
Yeah, that's consistent.
I hope I die.
Like in the second one, no matter what you do, you defeated. And the Mage Rebellion happened.
The Major Rebellion happened.
Yeah, the Major
and
Rebellion happens. You defeat the Archmage.
Not the Archmage.
Well, you do, but
the
Yeah,
leader
he-
of the Templars. I can't remember what that
you
guy
kill
was.
both of them actually.
Yeah, you
no matter
actually
what.
defeat both of them.
That,
Yeah.
that was one thing I did not like about.
I
Well, there's a lot of things wrong with Dragon Age 2, as I've covered before, but the one thing that
Yeah.
I did really well was with the story.
Like
And
Mason said, I will dick suck BioWare for days.
It doesn't matter. They could literally release a game that's actually just Minecraft in the name of Craft and Mine. But, like, it runs at like
2
1/10
frames per second.
less than 2 frames a second. Like 1 frame.
And I would probably be happy with it. But
doesn't even have
Dragon
mining.
Age 2, I
No
can
items.
safely say I did not enjoy.
I enjoyed it. It was a torture to play through.
BioWare can release some
The
despicable
story
me
was
game.
good, but the gameplay was so
BioWare can
bad.
release Despicable Me 4 as a video game, and Brett would have fucking 3,000 hours in it.
It could be like the worst game, and he'd be like, "Oh, it's so good. You guys just don't understand."
Side note, I'm such a large fan of BioWare, I have some of their games on my phone.
Yeah.
Wow,
And then
you're a joke.
You're less than
Boy.
Well, I killed Derryk.
Kill it.
I think I actually killed him.
It's fine. He
I
doesn't
don't know why that's so funny.
He died in 6 hours anyway, guys.
It's just so fucking dumb, Brett.
What can I say? I like BioWare.
I like him too, but
Yeah,
anyway,
Oh my god.
he
Can
met
you
with
wrap this
Telltale
whole section
and
out, please?
consequences in video games.
Whoa, is Rebecca pregnant?
No,
Whoa! You can't actually say that.
No, but he was like
No.
doing the motions.
Oh, okay.
No,
It's
I was
his
just jiggling
fault.
her belly.
Right.
Wow. Okay.
Right.
Still rude, but almost forgivable.
No, we are just an adorable couple.
They're
So,
not
no.
adorable.
No, you're
The
not.
only adorable person here is Rebecca. She's pretty cute.
I'm gonna tell Telltale
Yeah.
in this moment right now how to make sure that they don't have people yelling at them like they were about Game of Thrones.
Or
Also, tell them to finish fucking 7 Days to Die.
No.
No.
I've never played, so no.
Don't worry about it.
7 Days to Die is very good. Continue.
It's
Anyway,
awful, but that's
so-
why they need to finish it.
Look at
Finish the
BioWare
game.
as an example, because Mass Effect was a great series until the last hour of the third game.
what do you mean last hour? Like right up until the final battle, I would say.
There is no final battle.
Well, yeah, that's the
That's-
point.
that's
That's
the point.
I'd say
yeah.
the final sprint.
The final
Yeah.
sprint.
That was
yeah,
a very
that's
good, epic moment, and I like
It
that.
was epic, it was cool, but it was still shitty.
Well, I played it before the update DLC where your companions don't just automatically die.
Oh,
Kind of
yeah.
want Wendy's.
Yeah, well, I was like, wait, what? Because you just look over and their corpses are there.
same.
Oh,
There is
yeah.
no
That's like me
cutscene,
every day.
anything, and it's like, what?
And they don't always die.
Just
Yeah, and then there's
just think about the indoctrination theory, and then that'll make you happy. And Kent, before you say it's disproved, I'm going to tell you why.
I didn't say it was disproved.
Okay, so anyway, Telltale, look at BioWare in terms of long-form storytelling with consequences.
Mass Effect 2.
Whenever I replay Mass Effect, I have to replay one. I have to play it 1, 2, 3.
I do,
I
too.
can't
Yeah, you
just
can't.
not. I can't just start with 2. For reasons because it's the little things that happen in 2 and 3. That just matter.
2
Like,
is just like so much
A,
darker.
Conrad.
than any
B,
of them.
Rex.
Yes. And
Thane.
Thane? Well, Thane doesn't get affected by the
Captain
first.
Kirihei.
Oh, Kirihei, yeah. I
Kirihei.
forgot about Kirihei.
oh, fucking love Kirihei.
Sorry, he's not affected by it. He's just in the second
Listen
one.
to
It's
Lionel
like second
stairs.
Rain.
But no,
Yeah,
like
no.
fucking
There's
the
less than a Lionel
ending
Rain
to
in it.
to Mass Effect 2.
Like 6 stairs.
My
Great.
heart,
Great.
Oh.
That reminds me of Ghostbusters spreading, yes.
and then
because I fucked up.
you killed Thane?
I killed everyone.
Oh.
How did you fuck up that badly?
Don't question it!
He only killed like one person.
I
right?
killed two.
I didn't kill anyone.
And
on the
even
other side.
even in my defense,
kill
I only
anyone
killed
either.
Miranda because I didn't finish her loyalty mission. She only died because of that.
I didn't do
Miranda
any of their
was like
loyalty
10
missions. I didn't do
town hall
anything.
Oh, see,
Yeah.
I just burnt the storyline.
I wouldn't know.
Now, the second playthrough, I played it differently.
I am a
and I saved it.
I'm a
Yeah?
completionist,
Like,
even if it
just
is my
like
first
all
playthrough.
one.
I tried to do everything at once.
3 of them.
So
I did.
Okay.
yeah, I had
Take your word for
I
it.
had all the things bought. I had all the missions done. Everyone liked me. I was golden going into that last mission.
And you kill
But-
everybody.
Now,
Yes.
to close us off a little bit, Derryk, you had a story.
Okay, so
From the last 2 days.
just,
of you
just,
texting
just
me.
let me my finishing statement.
Yes.
Telltale. Look at BioWare when you look at long form storytelling
Long
consequences. Make callbacks to your previous titles in the little things. Like having Kirihide come back in the third game to save your life instead of some random Solarian. Having, the Rachni Queen remember you if you saved her life in the first game.
But she did. Oh yeah, you're mentioning good things.
Yes.
Yeah, sorry, I forgot about that.
Having all these little callbacks will give you that illusion of consequence that you're trying to do and oftentimes failing, because we all know that in any story there's a beginning, middle, and end. And for a good story to happen, those three things need to be finite,
Right.
which you do quite well. The final confrontation with the crooked man is a great moment, and if there was any other variation off of that, it would ruin the whole game. It would. What do you... Anyway, Telltale, don't fuck up Season 2.
Alright, so...
You do all heck you up.
Can you, for me, write all of what you just said down on
No.
a piece of paper and send it to me so I can put it on screen
No.
as like a letter?
No.
Okay.
So Brett really wants me to tell this story of my
Yeah.
absolute fuck up. It was 1 a.m,
That's not okay.
and if anyone
Yeah,
knows
sure,
what the
remember.
program called RPG Maker MV is, it's
Yeah, so
it's a game engine essentially. It's
I
very
have a more
bare
important-
bones.
I have a more important topic. Liam, put this poll on screen. Does listening to Lana Del Rey make you gay?
No.
Future Liam, poll.
In comments, please elaborate on whatever that was.
On the fourth podcast, you're not going to be here, but on the fourth podcast, we'll fucking
Share the
whatever.
results. That,
Yeah.
It's
I
gonna be
won't
like 2
be
people
here.
voting, and it's just
It's gonna be 50-50.
50-50.
straight white male, straight white Trump man says no.
Anyway,
Everybody else says
I'm not
yeah.
going to be able to get that.
anyway,
Okay.
I was dicking around on RPG
Now,
Maker,
go ahead.
and I was trying to figure out how to make a character creator.
Okay.
And so I was doing it through like text boxes and choices and stuff like that.
Alright.
And my first thing I wrote down was, "Are you a boy or a girl?" Choice: yes, no. Now I didn't catch it till like 20 minutes later when I was during a playtest. I was rereading things, and it's like, "Are you a boy or a girl?" Yes, no. And I just sat there for a good minute just contemplating my life choices.
And after this, all I receive is, I'm a moron.
I figured Brett would be awake, and he's the
Gender's
only
a social
person I could
construct.
relate to with this.
Gender is on a spectrum.
Are you on
Gender is
that?
a yes or no question.
Gender is on a spectrum. The autism spectrum.
That's the Pentaplegic podcast.
Thank you, everybody, for...
Everyone in comments type "Rip Derryk."
Rip
Derek,
Derryk,
please don't
and how
ever
you want
come
us to
back.
Murder him.
Stop. Derek dies in like
Skype
5 and a
exists.
half. Derek dies in like 5 and a half.
Podcasting you over Skype.
You just hear have a monitor with a video camera only playing Derek's and everyone else talks.
I can't see what you're doing.
Podcast is just me watching the podcast.
It's like whenever a Twitch streamer brings up like his stream on his own screen.
Alright, thanks everybody for tuning into the
If you
podcast.
type "Rip Derek" in the comment,
I will give you
Guy
a crisp
Fieri-
high five
Guy
from
Fieri
Ron
will come to your
LeGrave.
house and give you a crisp suck.
Crisp suck.
We'll all start.
That's
right
his
here.
new dish.
As we mentioned in the last podcast, feel free to mention some topics in the comment section because we're all fucking idiots.
Yeah.
I've had my time prepared for like a week now.
Wait for yourself.
Yeah.
Lick
Also,
my
Rebecca-
ass.
Rebecca
We
was-
don't need to hear your private conversations, Brett.
Suck my balls. You're my ex-husband.
Yeah, and I don't need to hear about your new life with some other man.
Who haven't you married? Thanks everybody for listening to the Pentaplegic podcast. Who shut it off?
Kent.
He told me to.
Kent's never
You're
coming back.
kicked off the podcast. And you're kicked off the podcast.
It would have been so much funnier though to end on that final thing.
Yeah.
I hate it when mommy and daddy yell at each other. Quote Kyle, who
I
died.
fucking love that. Yeah, he fell over dead after that.
Welcome to the
I've
Pentaplegic
been
podcast.
captured.
Okay,
Stop.
No.
don't
Stop.
touch his dick.
Stop. Stop. Thank you. Thanks everybody for tuning into the
You shut
Pentaplegic
it off,
podcast. No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
It's
No,
on.
It's on.
Oh, right.
It's a good thing
This
you
is why
have
you're kicked
to
off the fucking podcast.
Thanks everybody for tuning into the Pentaplegic pod. Fuck. God damn it, I hate you all.
Thanks
That's
for
how we
listening.
end it.